Today we're checking out the new ONN 10.1 inch tablet by Walmart. This is the new 2024 edition. You can see they updated the packaging a little bit. You can actually get this in 4 different colors: pearl, indigo, lavender, and the one shown here is papaya, or as I like to call it, orange. I only paid $99 for this, but I'll leave a link down below with current pricing and more information. If you're wondering, yes, they have an 8-inch and 7-inch version as well, but it's got a 10.1 inch LCD display at 1280 by 800 resolution. It's got 3 gigabytes of RAM, 32 gigabytes of storage. It's got a MediaTek 8786 processor. They're saying up to 17 hours of battery life. We'll definitely be testing that out here shortly. It comes with Android 14. It's got a 5 megapixel camera on the back, 2 megapixel on the front. Also has Google Kids Space and Google Play Protect. Okay, this actually looks a lot brighter. I gotta say, this actually looks really good in person. You've got a quick start guide, user manual, and a micro SD card removal tool. Surprisingly, it comes with a USB-A wall adapter and then a USB-C to USB-A charging cable. You can see where everything's located from the sticker there on the front. It's got a nice aluminum material here on the back. As far as the color goes, it's probably a little more orange in person than what it looks like in this video. You've got your power and volume buttons there on the right hand side, 1 speaker on each side, plus the charging port on the bottom. It's got the flat edges around the sides. Not a huge surprise, but it looks like they got rid of the headphone jack. Your micro SD card tray is there on the left or the top, depending on how you hold this. I feel like the bezels on this are a little bit thicker than some of the competition. Not a huge deal, just something I thought I would point out. Of course, you still have the option of 3-button navigation or gesture navigation. You can see they match the wallpaper with the color that you go with. Sort of a nice touch. And you can see this is pretty close to stock Android. Most of the apps are from Google. Obviously, you have the Walmart app on here. Left of the home screen, you've got the Google Discover newsfeed. You've also got the taskbar down here at the bottom, which does come in handy from time to time if you want to quickly switch between apps. Of course, you can do things like split screen on here as well. This is on Android 14 right out of the box. The only downside to tablets like this is I'm not sure how many software updates it's going to get, and they usually don't advertise it, so it's sort of a wait and see, unfortunately. Looks like there is a small software update, so I might as well go ahead and do that. And it's Widevine L3, so it's only going to be SD playback resolution for apps like Netflix, but it does go up to 1080p for YouTube videos. The colors, contrast, I feel like it actually looks a little better than I was expecting in person. Up in the notification shade, you've got most of your basic stuff like Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, flashlight, do not disturb, alarm, airplane mode, auto brightness, device control, nearby share, QR code scanner, auto rotate, battery saver, screencast, screen record, mic and camera access, security and privacy, and of course you have a lot of other stuff to add like extra dim, focus mode, dark theme, and so on. The one thing that worries me a little bit about this tablet is it's only 32 gigabytes and it's already using 11 gigabytes. So you're going to be somewhat limited with this as far as how many apps you can put on here, especially once you put a couple games on it. Performance-wise, this is sort of what you would expect at a tablet in this price range. Even though I can't run Geekbench 6 tests on here because it doesn't have 4 gigabytes of RAM, pretty obvious when you're using it, it definitely feels a little more sluggish than some of the other tablets out there. But surprisingly, I could still play games like Asphalt 9 and PUBG Mobile, so you could do some light gaming on here if you wanted to. Just keep in mind, this is definitely entry-level performance. I think once you get into some of the apps, it seems to work just fine if you're going to be doing simple things on here, so it could still work for some people. I also ran my typical battery drain test at 100% screen brightness, and it lasted about 9.5 hours, which is above average compared to other tablets I've tested, and pretty similar to the previous ONN tablet. So you can easily get a couple days of mixed usage, especially if you trim the screen brightness down. Nice thing is you've got a speaker on each side, and this might not be the best sounding tablet out there, but it's plenty loud enough for most things. Probably a little louder than average, but here's a quick sample just to give you an idea of what it sounds like.
As you fade away.
As far as the camera app goes, you can't get much more simple than this. You have picture and video. It'll shoot up to 1080p resolution for video recording, sort of what you would expect as far as video and photo quality. It's not going to be the best out there, but here's a few quick samples just to give you an idea of what to expect. So yeah, I guess my first impressions of this tablet is it doesn't really feel like a big upgrade from the previous version. I feel like some people might want to choose this over the Fire HD 10, mainly because you have the Google Play Store. One thing I wish this tablet had was at least 4 gigabytes of RAM. For a budget tablet, I feel like that should at least be the minimum. I just wish the performance was maybe just a tad better. But if you just want this to watch movies, TV shows, that kind of thing, just keep in mind you're probably not going to see too many software updates on this tablet. I'll probably have to do a comparison of this and the Fire HD 10 and maybe a couple other tablets yet. But if you like phones, tablets, and other tech, I've got a lot more stuff that I'm working on, so you'll want to keep an eye out for those upcoming videos. So if you've made it this far into the video, you may want to say thanks by subscribing, and don't forget to give a thumbs up if this video was helpful. This is Brian from Fishbee Productions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.